This is a short video that is basically an attempt to kind of clarify some of the information that you can find on Zerey's page for those of you who want to do the backlit modification to the original Game Boy Advance. If you want a full kit that is the screen as well as the adapter cable, then you simply just need to figure out which model you have. And there are two. One is a 32-pin model and the other is a 40-pin model. And the way you can figure it out is to basically open it up. Here are two different motherboards, one on top of the other. But basically, if you look at the LCD connector, just to the bottom right will be a number, either 32 or 40, and that is essentially the number that will determine your model, a 32-pin versus a 40-pin. So that's really the only information you'll need to send to Zerey if you want the full kit. Another way to determine the type is to look on the back. If you open up the battery cover, any number here that starts with 10 is considered to be a 32-pin model, and any motherboard that has a leading 0 as the first digit is very likely the 40-pin model. The best way, though, I think, is just to open it up and look just below the bottom right of the LCD connector. So send Zerey that information and he'll set you up for a full kit. Some of you, however, might have access to a backlit screen that you pulled from, or somebody pulled from, a GBA SP unit. And there are two types of these screens, and it's actually kind of important to know which type of screen that you have, because of course you're only going to need the adapter cable, but there are actually 3 different kinds of adapter cables depending on which screen you have and then which kind of Game Boy Advance unit you have. So here's sort of this crazy array on how to figure out which cable you need. So let me go back and just kind of clarify the 2 types of LCD screens. The AB type is the one where the traces are of different size. So if you look here, right, the traces here look a little bit thick and separated, whereas here the traces are very thin, small, and very dense. That's the AB type. The B type has uniform traces. They're both of equal width and equal separation, or so it looks like that anyway. So that's how you determine the type of LCD screen that you have. This is the backlit one, presumably pulled from an SP. Okay, so figure out which screen you have. If you have an AB screen, well, actually the easiest way to do this is to just figure out which Game Boy you have. If you have a 32-pin, then it doesn't really matter which LCD type you have. Just get the AB and B, the generic cable, and it'll work for both of those screens. If you have the older 40-pin model, then it does matter which cable you get. So if you have the AB type LCD, that's where the traces are of different size, then you only want the AB cable. That's the 40-pin AB cable. And of course, if you have the type B LCD screen, that's the one where the traces are uniform, then you want the 40-pin B adapter cable. Okay, so again, figure that out, send the information to Zerey, and I'll include his email down in the description, and that's pretty much all you need to send him. He speaks English fairly well. Well, I don't know if he speaks English, but he writes in English fairly well. Good luck with your modifications, and I hope you guys have a lot of success with it, and when you do finish it, that you enjoy the fully modified Game Boy Advance. I know I really like mine. Again, good luck, and have fun.